Hello world. How you guys doing? Welcome to day 2 on Mayhem in May. I am your host, Dr. Casual Pitts, and I'm excited because we get to continue this journey of giving entrepreneurs different tips and tidbits in regards to how do you accelerate and take your business to the next level. So today's topic, you guys, is going to be talking about facilitating employee growth, right? Again, this kind of benefits my smaller businesses, but it also benefits my more established businesses as well. Okay. So before we dive into it, I want to kind of give you guys a summary of this. It's important to constantly teach your employees to make them successful at their job and keep them motivated. So what I want you guys to understand is that if you're not teaching your employees and enhancing their skill set, you're really not going to get the best benefit that they can provide for you as an employer. Okay. So it is very, very important that you're always self-educating your employees and allowing them to advance and not having the fear factor of them leaving you. And I want you to understand something that I get it, right? I've been there before. I had a lot of great individuals, and I've birthed them to be greater, right? And sometimes that's kind of what it's about. What you have to understand is that God places individuals in your organization for a reason. It doesn't mean that everybody is going to stay. However, you will find those individuals that are just extremely loyal. And just because somebody leaves does not mean that they're not loyal. It just means that they have a dream as well, right? And you guys got to remember there's two sides of this playing field. There's one side where you have those individuals that are meant to work a 9 to 5 and live a 9 to 5 lifestyle. Then there are those that are meant and driven to have their own thing, right? You can't fault those individuals. They may just be in a stuck place, and it takes somebody like yourself to help get them to that next level. And guess what? That is okay, because one of the things that I know about the God that we serve is that he never gives us too much that we can't handle, and he never puts us in a position to where we can't grow. Okay, I ain't gonna preach on this thing. So look, guys, let's get started on today's topic and information. Again, we're going to be talking about facilitate employee growth. So the success of any organization depends upon the growth and development of its employees. Facilitating employee growth is not only beneficial for the employee, but also for the organization. In this presentation, we will discuss the importance of facilitating employee growth, the benefits it offers to the organization, and the various methods that can be employed to facilitate employee growth. So the first reason is it improves employees' performance, right? So facilitating employee growth helps employees develop new skills and knowledge, which in turn improves their performance. Employees who are given opportunities to grow are more motivated and engaged, which leads to what? Better performance. So what am I saying? You have to make sure that your workplace and your workspace has this particular attribute implemented into your organization. So when individuals come in, they don't feel like they're just an employee. Okay. The second reason is it increases employee retention. When employees are given opportunities to grow and develop, they are more likely to stay with the organization. This reduces turnover, which is costly for organizations, right? Think about it. When you have to just continuously spit out training after training after training, right? And that's because you have individuals that come into the workplace and they do not feel like they are a part of the organization. Remember what I told you guys yesterday. People do not work for you, they work with you. And when you do not create an environment where that speaks that kind of volume, those individuals will wind up leaving at some point within your organization. The last but not least reason is it enhances organizational performance. Facilitating employee growth also benefits the organization as a whole. When employees are performing at their best, the organization performance improves. Again, could you imagine walking into a workplace where everybody feels like they have somewhat of an ownership because they feel like they are a part of the company, right? Not just being placed in the company. It is very, very important. I promise you that as an organization, that's when you will see the levels of your business just growing to a place that you probably never would thought that it would grow to, right? So here's the benefits of facilitating employee growth. The first one is increased productivity. The second one is it improved employee morals. The third one is it better employee engagement. And then the fourth one is it creates increased innovation. So let's talk about the increased productivity. Employees who are given opportunities to grow are more productive. They are motivated to work harder and produce better results. Why? Because you are creating a benefit for the employee to do what? Grow. The second one is it improves the employee's morals. Employees who feel that their organization is invested in their growth are more satisfied with their job. This leads to improved moral and more positive work environment, meaning what? They have no problem with making sure that they share their ideas, not just with their colleagues, but with upper management as well. And one of the things that you guys have to do and these are my top CEOs or the individuals that make the decisions to bring these individuals in, please, please, please do not allow your upper management to feel like they're better than anybody else, because they're not. Everybody has to be treated equally. Granted, you will have those individuals that have that much more of a skill set that carries them to be able to do the things that they do. However, keep in mind, everybody has to be on the same page. The third one, better employee engagement. When employees are given opportunities to grow, they are more engaged in their work. They are more likely to be passionate about what they do and committed to achieving organizational goals. And then last but not least, it increases the innovation. When employees are given opportunities to grow, they are more likely to come up with innovative ideas. This can lead to new products, new services, and processes that benefit the organization. What does that mean? Please, 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 please do not think of anybody's idea as a little idea. Take it into consideration. Let it be known that you're taking it into consideration, and then keep them refreshed and reminded that their idea is being looked at. And if you decide not to go with it, my recommendation would be give the explanation, so then that way that individual can go back to the drawing board and continue to keep coming up with innovative ideas. Why? Because that's going to drive them to say, hey, I played a major role to help this company get to this next level. Okay. So the methods of facilitating employee growth. Of course, there are a lot of different methods. I'm going to give you guys 5 of them, right? The first one is training and development. This phase, the most common method of facilitating employee growth. Organizations can provide training and development programs to help employees develop new skills and knowledge. One of the things that organizations don't have is a training mechanism built on the inside of the organization. As a mentor, one of the things that I provide in my groups is different development, different videos. And I found that a lot of my students don't watch those videos. And then they keep coming to me with the same issues and same problems. Or I'll deal with individuals who will say, well, Dr. Pitts, I watched that video. Okay, keep watching it. Because if you have not changed, then there's something that's not connecting with the education that's being given to you literally on a platter. The problem with people who just absorb knowledge, if you do not apply it, right? And then sometimes we think that when we do apply it, it's supposed to happen instantly. That is not true. You have consistency, and persistency is what drives perfection. Second one, coaching and mentoring. Coaching and mentoring programs can help employees develop new skills and knowledge while receiving support and guidance from more experienced colleagues. Another thing that a lot of organizations do not have is a mentor to come, or a coach to come inside of the organization to help mold the employees to be what? Better individuals, not just in the workspace, but outside of the workspace. Why is this important? Because sometimes employees that are dealing with things on the outside don't know how to leave those things at the door when they come on the inside of your organization. But having that coach and having that mentor can compartmentalize these things and now have these employees know how to make sure that when they get to the workspace, not to bring anything personal into the workspace. It's better said than done, right? Meaning that if the employer says it may become so familiar to them, they still do it anyway. But when a coach or a mentor says it, there's more of an accountability that's there. Okay. The third one is job rotation. Job rotation involves moving employees from one job to another to help them develop new skills and knowledge. This is another thing that organizations fail at. The reason why, and it's not to say that moving them creates permanent, right? But what you will find is that you will start to find out that there are some individuals that are stronger in certain areas that you never would have thought that they would be strong in. Why? Because you just want to keep them there. And the problem is with employees, they get comfortable when they feel like, oh, this is a real easy job, not knowing that 4 to 5 months later, yeah, it's easy now, till you get to saying, oh, I'm tired of this job. I'm bored, right? Why? Because you're not moving that individual around so they can do what? Learn something new. The fourth one, stretch assignments. Stretch assignments involve giving employees challenging projects that require them to stretch beyond their current capabilities. This can help employees develop new skills and knowledge. Again, we go back to allowing people or individuals to want to stay in that comfort zone. In your work environment, you have to stretch your employees to the point where they're like, well, man, I don't know if I can do this. Good, learn it, right? And you can watch those individuals start to grow and develop a new skill set that they may not have liked previously, but like now. And then last but not least, cross-functional teams. Cross-functional teams involve employees from different departments working together on a project. This can help employee development, new skills and knowledge, while also improving collaboration and communication, within the organization. So it is very important that you are teaming individuals up with one another, because that's what you want to be able to provide in the workspace, is allowing these individuals to say, hey, I know what this department entails. I know what this individual does. And again, it does create a better communication valve for your staff to really get to know one another versus, oh, this is the phone department, or this is the paper department, right? You don't want that to be a thing, right? Even though it may be kind of cute within the organization, you still want every department to get along with one another. And that's where it goes back into making sure you're rotating those individuals so they can learn those extra skill sets. Okay. So it's very, very important and very, very vital. So listen, guys, I hope that information was helpful. I hope that you guys took a lot of notes. Just make sure that you are applying these things to your workspace, to your organization, or as an employee to your upper management, right? And do me a favor, guys, invite everybody that you possibly can. For those that are watching live now, make sure that you guys are tagging people in the comment section. Leave comments, ask questions, right? So that way myself and my team can get in there, answer those questions that you may have, to help expand and expound upon this particular topic and all of the other topics in the previous segments and in the future segments, right? We want to be able to draw as many people as we possibly can. So I encourage anybody that is watching this live, tag at least 10 people into the comment section that you know that may benefit from this, right? So other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys for joining me on day 2 for Mayhem in May. You guys already know my quote. Coming together is the beginning. Sticking together is progress, but working together is success. I'll see you guys on tomorrow as we continue Mayhem in May. for day 3. Peace.